My beloved child, listen closely. Still your heart for a moment and be present with me, for I am speaking to you now, not through thunder, not through earthquakes, not through the rush of the world, but through this quiet whisper, in the gentle space where your soul can finally hear me. You have carried so much. You have walked through storms and sunlight, through laughter and loss, through years that seemed endless and others that passed in a breath. And through it all, you may have been with you. You may not have always seen me, but I have always seen you. Every sigh, every tear, every trembling hope, they have not been lost to me. I have counted them, cherished them, and held them close to my heart. I want to speak to you today about something precious, something eternal, something the world tries to take from you, distract you from, bury under noise and worry and endless motion. It is the one thing that truly matters, the one thing I do not want you to lose. My child, don't let anything get in the way of this. Don't let anything steal your peace, your connection to me, your quiet trust, your sacred stillness. The world will try to fill your days with 1,000 small things, but I ask you to come back to what is eternal. I see how tired you sometimes feel, how the weight of years, the ache of time, the distance between what once was and what now is can seem so heavy. I see the memories that visit you at night, some warm as sunlight, others sharp like broken glass. I see how you wonder if your life still holds meaning, if you've done enough, if you've loved enough, if you are still needed. Listen, my beloved, you are still mine. You are still part of my story. Your purpose does not end with youth or strength or accomplishment. It lives on because I live in you. The beating of your heart, the breath that fills your chest, the kindness that lingers in your voice, these are signs that I am still working through you. Do not let the world convince you that your value is measured by what you can do or what you can give. You are valuable because you exist in my love. You are precious because I have placed my image within you. And I have never once looked at you with disappointment. Not once. Even when you think you have failed, even when you turned away, I saw more than your mistakes. I saw the longing underneath, the love that was trying to find its way home. There are many things in this world that pull your heart away from me. The noise of worry, the distraction of regret, the endless voices that tell you who you should be. But I am here to tell you that you don't need to chase anything to find me. You don't need to perform. You don't need to be perfect. All I ask is that you be present. When you open your heart, I am already there. When you whisper my name, I already hear you. You see, my child, what I desire most is not your grand achievements or your flawless devotion. I desire your companionship. I desire that quiet, gentle friendship that we once shared when you were small, when your faith was simple, when you looked up at the sky and felt that I was near. Do you remember those moments? When the world felt safe, when love felt enough, when your soul was at peace just knowing I existed. That was me calling you even then, teaching you how to trust, how to love without fear. But the years have their way of layering over that simplicity. Pain came, loss came, disappointment came, and you built walls thinking they would protect you. You built routines thinking they would give you meaning. But all along I was waiting on the other side, whispering, let me in again. Don't let anything get in the way of this. Not pride, not guilt, not business, not the opinions of others. Come back to me as you are. You don't need to hide your scars. Every mark on your soul tells a story of survival, of grace that carried you through. You think some of those wounds make you unworthy, but I tell you they are the places where my light shines the brightest. My beloved, do you know how much I love you? Not in a distant, heavenly sense, but deeply, personally, eternally. I loved you before the world began. I loved you when you first opened your eyes. I have loved you through every mistake, through every triumph, through every season of joy and sorrow. You are not forgotten. You are not unseen. You are mine, and I know sometimes life feels like a series of doors that have closed. People you once knew have gone ahead of you. Things you once did with ease now take more effort. But I want you to see this season not as an ending, but as a sacred time of preparation. You are not being left behind. You are being drawn closer. Every quiet morning, every slow walk, every whispered prayer, these are holy moments where heaven leans near. I have placed eternity in your heart. That is why you long for something that never fades, why even in your later years you still seek meaning, still crave love that does not end. That longing is not a weakness. It is a reflection of me within you. The world cannot fill it. No possession, No success, no memory can satisfy that ache. Only I can. So when you feel restless, when your heart feels unsettled, know that it is my gentle invitation. Come home. Sit with me. Let me remind you of who you are. And now let us reflect deeply together. My beloved child, you have lived long enough to know that life is not simple. You have seen joy and pain walk side by side. You have learned that love often means sacrifice, and faith often means waiting. There were times you prayed for things that did not come to pass. There were moments when you wondered why I seemed silent. But every unanswered prayer carried a hidden mercy. Every delay protected you from something you could not yet see. You may look back and wish some things were different, that you had spoken more kindly, forgiven sooner, trusted me faster. But do not dwell in the shadows of regret. I am not counting your failures, I am redeeming them. The things that once broke you are now becoming the very places through which others will find healing. Every sorrow you endured has planted seeds of compassion that are now blooming quietly in your heart. Remember this: nothing in your life has been wasted. Not the pain, not the waiting, not the silence. I have used it all. Even when you could not see the pattern, I was weaving it into a tapestry of grace. Sometimes my children think that faith means never doubting. But faith is what happens in spite of doubt. It is choosing to trust me even when you cannot see the road ahead. You have done that more often than you realize. Every time you rose again after disappointment, every time you prayed through tears, every time you chose love when anger would have been easier, that was faith. That was you walking hand in hand with me. And now, in these later chapters of your journey, I want you to rest in that faith, not as a duty but as a gift. You no longer need to prove your worth to anyone. You no longer need to run after the things that once felt urgent. Be still. Let your soul breathe. Let your heart remember what matters most. Because this, my beloved, this is what I mean when I say, don't let anything get in the way of this. Do not let anything come between us. Not fear, not distraction, not the business of the world. Protect your time with me like a treasure. Guard your peace as something sacred. Speak to me in the quiet moments. Even if all you can say is, thank you, or help me, I hear even the smallest whisper. When you wake in the morning, I am there. When you walk through your home and think of loved ones who are gone, I am there. When the evening light fades and loneliness creeps in, I am still there. My love has no expiration. My promise has no end. You are not walking toward darkness. You are walking toward light. And when that final day comes, when you close your eyes in this world and open them in mine, you will not be afraid. You will see that you were never alone for a single step. You will understand that every ache, every joy, every moment was leading you home. Until then, my child, keep your heart open. Keep loving, keep forgiving, keep trusting. The world may change, but I do not. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, and I am yours. So come, tomorrow, when you rise again, return to this quiet place. I will meet you here once more, to speak again, to remind you of what your heart already knows, that you are loved beyond measure, and that nothing, nothing, must ever get in the way of that. My beloved, stay with me now. Let your heart rest in this stillness. Let the world fall away for a little while. You spend so much of your life trying to keep up, with time, with people, with worries that never seem to end. But here, in this moment, there is nothing to chase. There is only my presence, quiet and gentle, waiting for you. The world moves fast, but I do not rush. I move at the pace of love, slow, patient, enduring, and that is how I move with you. There are things you have carried for years that you do not need to carry anymore. The regrets, the mistakes, the times you think you disappointed me, release them now. You have punished yourself long enough. You have looked back too often. But I tell you, the past is not a place to live, it is only a place to learn. And what I desire for you is peace, not the peace the world gives, which fades with every passing season, but the peace that comes from knowing that I have already forgiven you. When I look at you, I do not see failure. I see a life that has weathered storms and still chooses to believe. I see a heart that has been wounded and still chooses to love. I see courage that you do not even recognize in yourself. The courage it takes to keep going, to keep hoping, to keep trusting even when life has not gone the way you imagined. That, my beloved, is holiness, not perfection, not power, just simple faith lived quietly and faithfully in the small corners of your days. You often ask me, Lord, why did you allow me to walk through so much pain? I understand that question. I see the tears behind it, the ache that words cannot express. But hear me gently, I never send suffering to destroy you. I allow it only when it can become a doorway to something deeper. Some of your greatest moments of love have grown out of your deepest wounds. When you comforted another soul because you understood their pain, that was holiness born from suffering. When you forgave someone who never asked for forgiveness, that was redemption blooming in your heart. When you prayed for strength instead of escape, that was faith made real. You may think your prayers have sometimes gone unanswered, but my beloved, I have never ignored a single one. Some prayers I answer with miracles, others I answer with strength, some I answer with time, and others I answer by giving you a heart that can accept what cannot be changed. Every no you received from me was a yes to something greater that you could not yet see. I have been shaping your story not to make it easy, but to make it holy. I know that life can feel lonely at times. Friends have gone before you. Family members lie far away. The world feels different now, louder, faster, colder. But do not think you have been left behind. You are still part of the unfolding of my love on this earth. Every kind word you speak, every prayer you whisper, every small act of love you offer, it ripples farther than you can imagine. You may not see its impact, but I do. Do you remember the people you've helped along the way? The moments you lifted someone's spirit, the times you listened when no one else would, the simple smiles you shared. Those were not small moments. Those were glimpses of my kingdom in your ordinary life. That is what holiness looks like. Love lived quietly, faithfully, consistently. The world measures greatness by power and recognition, but I measure greatness by love, and I want you to see your own life through that same lens. Look back not with regret, but with gratitude. Look at the years and see not what is gone, but what remains. The lessons learned, the love given, the souls touched. Every chapter, even the painful ones, has led you closer to me. You have walked a path of light even when you did not know it. There are times when you sit in silence and wonder, have I done enough? My child, that question does not come from me. That question is born of fear, not of faith. You have done more than you realize. Every prayer you offered for another, every tear you shed for love, every time you chose compassion instead of judgment, those were moments that reached heaven. You have built your eternity one act of love at a time. Do not think that I am far away. I am closer than your next breath. You do not need to reach across the sky to find me. I am with you in the ordinary, in the sunlight that warms your face, in the laughter of a grandchild, in the quiet hum of morning. When you pause and feel peace for no reason at all, that is me brushing against your spirit. When a memory fills you with warmth instead of pain, that is me healing you gently from within. You may wonder why the world is so full of suffering, why there is so much anger, confusion, and division. My beloved, I see it too, and my heart weeps with yours, but remember this: love still wins even when it seems small. Every act of kindness pushes back the darkness. Every prayer whispered in faith opens a door for grace to enter. Never underestimate what your simple faith can do. You have lived long enough to see how fleeting things are, how quickly the seasons change, how easily possessions fade, how swiftly years pass. That awareness is not meant to sadden you. It is meant to free you, because now you know what truly matters. It is not the things you own, but the love you gave. Not the titles you held, but the hearts you touched. Not the years you lived, but the grace you carried through them. That is the wisdom that comes only with time, and it is the wisdom that I have placed gently within you. So use these years, my child, not to look back in sorrow, but to live forward in peace. You do not need to do more to earn my favor. You already have it. What I ask now is simply this: keep your heart open. Keep letting my love move through you. There are people who still need your kindness, your prayers, your gentle presence. Even your silence, when offered in peace, brings calm to those around you. Sometimes you think you have nothing left to give, but I tell you, your presence alone is a blessing. Your wisdom, your patience, your quiet faith, these are treasures that the world desperately needs. Do not underestimate the power of a life lived in quiet faithfulness. When others see your peace, they see me. When they hear your words of kindness, they hear echoes of my voice. You are a living reflection of my mercy. Let your days be filled with gratitude. Begin each morning with a simple prayer: Lord, thank you for this breath, this light, this moment. Gratitude will keep your heart young. It will lift your eyes from what has been lost to what is still beautiful. And there is still beauty all around you, if you only slow down to see it. in the changing sky, in the sound of birds, in the touch of a hand, in the gentle rhythm of each new day. The more you notice my gifts, the more your spirit awakens. The more you thank me, the more peace will fill your soul. That is how I designed it, not to make you chase joy, but to let joy find you wherever you are. My beloved, I have never wanted your life to be without struggle, but I have always wanted your heart to be at peace. And peace does not come from control, it comes from surrender. You do not need to fix everything. You do not need to understand every reason. You only need to trust that my hands are holding everything together, even what feels broken, even what feels lost. So, when the nights are long and quiet, and you feel the weight of years upon you, whisper this truth to yourself: I am not alone. God is here. God still has a purpose for me. Let that truth settle deep within you, because it is my promise. I am not finished with you yet. There are still prayers to be prayed, hearts to be touched, love to be given. Do not let anything get in the way of this. Not your fear, not your past, not your doubt. Stay near to me. Keep walking with me in quiet trust, and I will keep guiding your steps, one gentle moment at a time. My beloved child, lift your eyes for a moment. Do not let your heart grow weary. You have walked a long road, yes, but you are not at the end. You are walking into light. I know the burdens you have carried, the ones you rarely speak of. I know the quiet fears that sometimes wake you at night, the thoughts that whisper, what now? What's next? Have I done enough? My dear one, let those worries rest. You are doing enough simply by being here with me right now. I am not measuring you by your productivity, by what you can still accomplish, or by how strong you appear to others. I am measuring you by love, by the love you give, the love you receive, the love that continues to live in your heart despite all that life has taken from you. You see, every act of love, no matter how small, expands eternity. Every time you forgive, every time you choose patience, every time you pray for someone instead of judging them, you bring heaven a little closer to earth. You may feel that your hands cannot do what they once did, but your heart can still move mountains. Your prayers still change the world, more than you could ever imagine. Every whisper of faith that rises from your soul is heard in heaven. Every sigh of surrender becomes a song in my presence. You may think your days are quiet and ordinary, but in my eyes, they are holy, filled with the fragrance of grace, the beauty of endurance, the light of wisdom that shines only in those who have loved long and deeply. Do not be afraid of growing older. Age is not a curse, it is a crown. Every line upon your face is a testimony of my faithfulness. Every ache in your body is a reminder that you have lived, loved, and endured. The world glorifies youth because it fears the passing of time. But I tell you, eternity does not fear time, it transforms it. You are closer to eternal joy now than you have ever been. What lies ahead is not darkness, but dawn. So smile again, my beloved. Even through the tears, smile. Because I am still writing your story. Even if the pages seem few, they are precious. Even if your days seem quiet, they echo in heaven. Every breath you take is still filled with purpose. You do not need to look far to find me. I am as near as the air you breathe. Look for me in the gentle things, in the warmth of sunlight across your table, in the small laughter that breaks an ordinary moment, in the friend who calls, the bird that sings, the flower that blooms where no one planted it. These are not coincidences. They are love notes from me. They are my way of saying, I'm still here. I'm still with you. You are not forgotten. You may look at the world around you and see chaos, anger, division, confusion. You may wonder what has happened to the peace you once knew. But I tell you, do not let the darkness deceive you. Even in a night full of storms, the light of love is still burning. It may not always make the news or fill the airwaves, but it shines quietly in homes, in hospitals, in hearts that refuse to give up. Every time you choose kindness, you feed that light. And my child, I see that light in you. You have known loss, and yet you still love. You have known sorrow, and yet you still hope. That is courage. That is strength. You may not call yourself strong, but I do. Because strength is not how loud you shout or how fast you move. Strength is how gently you keep going when the world feels heavy. You have done that again and again. You have walked through valleys that others could not see, and you have come out with your faith still alive. That is victory. When you feel weak, remember this: I do not ask you to be perfect. I ask you to stay connected. Like a branch to the vine, remain in me, and I will carry your weight. My strength is made perfect in your weakness. You do not have to pretend to be strong. You do not have to hide your pain or your tears. Bring them to me, lay them down, and let me lift what you can no longer hold. You are not walking alone. There are angels beside you, quietly guiding your steps. There are prayers you prayed long ago that are still bearing fruit in the lives of others. You may not see the full picture, but I do. Every word of love you ever spoke, every seed of kindness you planted, none of it has been lost. It lives on, multiplying beyond what you could imagine. I know sometimes you feel that the best of life is behind you, that the future holds little but decline and waiting. But you are mistaken, my beloved. What lies ahead is more real than what is behind. You are not moving toward an ending, you are moving toward fulfillment. The best of what I have for you is not in the past. It is in the life that will never end, the joy that will never fade. Even now I am preparing it for you. But until that day, I want you to live with hope, not the restless hope that looks for constant change, but the peaceful hope that trusts in what is coming. Live with joy. Not the loud joy that must be seen, but the quiet joy that lives deep in the soul. Live with love. Not the conditional love that depends on what others give you, but the steady love that flows from me through you. When you wake up in the morning, say, "Thank you, Lord, that you are still with me." When you face something uncertain, say, "Lord, I trust you." When you feel lonely, whisper, "You are here, and I promise you, I will always answer." Maybe not in thunder, maybe not in miracles, but in the peace that comes over you when you least expect it. That peace is my reply. You are never too old to dream, my child. The dreams I place in your heart are not bound by time. Perhaps they have changed form. They may no longer be about doing, but about being. Being light, being peace, being love. Your life now is like a lamp in the evening, soft, steady, glowing quietly, bringing comfort to those who sit near. Do not underestimate how powerful that light is. There are people watching you who learn from your patience. There are hearts inspired by your gratitude. There are souls comforted by your presence. You may not realize it, but you are still teaching others what faith looks like. And you are doing it not by words, but by the calmness in your spirit. So do not think your life is small. Nothing lived in love is ever small. Every moment offered with a sincere heart becomes eternal. Keep offering your moments. Keep giving me your days. I will use them all. And when you find yourself thinking of heaven, of those you miss, of the home that waits beyond this world, let that thought bring comfort, not sadness. They are not gone forever. They are waiting, whole and joyful, standing in the light that you too will one day see. Until then, they are cheering you on, the saints, the angels, the loved ones you remember. They are closer than you think. You are surrounded by love. So take courage, my beloved. You are not alone in your waiting. You are not forgotten in your quietness. I am with you and I will never leave you. Hold on to this truth. The world may grow dim, but my light will never fade. You may grow older, but your spirit is growing stronger. You may lose many things, but you will never lose me. Do not let anything get in the way of this trust, this peace, this gentle companionship we share. Guard it as the most precious thing in your life, because it is the treasure of eternity already blooming within you. And when tomorrow comes, rise again with peace. Look toward the day not with fear, but with quiet joy. For I go before you, I walk beside you, and I will meet you again when the sun sets. And each step of the way, I will whisper the same promise to your heart: you are mine. You are loved. You are safe. My beloved child, now listen to me closely. You have heard my words of love and comfort. Now I must speak to you as a father who loves too much to remain silent. I must tell you what weighs heavily on my heart, not to frighten you, but to awaken you. Because too many of my children have allowed the noise of this world to pull them away from me. Too many have forgotten the stillness, the prayer, the love that once filled their hearts. I have watched generations grow busy with everything but me. They fill their days with devices, with endless distractions, with constant noise, and in all that movement they lose sight of what is eternal. I see my children chasing things that fade: wealth, attention, status, possessions. I see hearts growing tired and empty because they try to drink from wells that cannot satisfy. My beloved, I say to you with deep sorrow, the world cannot fill what only I can fill. Do not let your heart be seduced by what passes away. Do not let the glitter of this life blind you to the light of eternity. Every earthly treasure fades, every human achievement grows old, but love, pure, holy love, endures forever. That is why I tell you again, don't let anything get in the way of this. You live in a time when truth is often twisted, When people follow their own desires instead of my word, they call darkness light and light darkness. They forget that I am not only love but also holiness. My mercy is infinite, yes, but I do not bless what separates you from me. Sin is not freedom, it is bondage. It steals your peace and dulls your spirit until you no longer hear my voice. So I call you now, not in anger, but in yearning return to the truth. Guard your heart. Guard your words. The world says, do whatever feels right, but I say, do what is good and holy, because only what is holy brings peace. You have learned this already. Every shortcut, every selfish choice, every moment you turned away in haste left you empty inside. But every time you chose forgiveness, every time you showed compassion, every time you obeyed quietly even when no one saw, didn't your heart feel lighter? That lightness was me. My beloved, holiness is not a list of rules. It is a way of loving me with your whole heart. It is walking in the light even when the path feels narrow. And yes, it is narrow. The road to eternal life has always been narrow, not because I wish to exclude anyone, but because few are willing to lay down their pride and follow the way of humility. But you, my child, you know the beauty of surrender. You have seen how peace flows when you let go of control and trust in me. Do not be afraid to live differently from the world. Do not be afraid to speak truth, to forgive when others seek revenge, to show mercy when others condemn. Every act of faithfulness draws you closer to me. Even when others do not understand, even when they mock your devotion, remember the world mocked me first. But I overcame the world, and so will you if you remain in me. There are many voices that will try to confuse you, voices of fear, of doubt, of despair. Some will try to tell you that faith no longer matters, that everything sacred is old-fashioned. But I tell you, nothing could be further from the truth. Faith is the only thing that will endure. When all else fades, faith and love will remain. I do not want you to live in fear of the future. I want you to live with holy awareness. The time is short, not because I wish to frighten you, but because I want you to live each day as if it matters. Because it does. Every moment you choose love over bitterness, prayer over complaint, faith over worry, you are storing treasure in heaven. These are the choices that shape eternity. My beloved, beware of letting your heart grow cold. That is the greatest danger of all. The world's pain, its arguments, its endless noise can make your heart tired. You may look around and think, what can one person do? But one heart that remains loving can still change everything. Do not close your heart. Keep it tender. Keep it open. Even when the world grows harsh, let my compassion flow through you. You have seen how anger destroys families, how greed divides communities, how pride blinds even good people. You know how gossip wounds, how jealousy poisons joy, how unforgiveness hardens the heart. My beloved, flee from these things. Do not let them nest in your spirit. You are not made for bitterness, you are made for mercy. When you forgive, you become more like me. When you love your enemies, you reflect my Son. When you show kindness to those who have hurt you, you break the chains of darkness. And yes, I know that forgiving is not easy. But remember, forgiveness is not saying that the wrong was right. It is simply saying, Lord, I will no longer let this wound control me. When you let go, I fill the empty space with peace. That peace is worth more than all the world's treasures. My child, I also want to warn you of another danger. The quiet one, the one that creeps in slowly. The temptation to say, I've done enough. I've prayed enough. I've served enough. No, my beloved, your spirit is alive as long as you are alive. Keep your fire burning. Keep your heart awake. Even if your body slows, let your soul remain vibrant. Whisper my name throughout your day. Pray for those who cross your mind. Bless the world with your words, even from your chair, even from your bed. A heart that prays is never idle. Do not think that holiness is only for the young or the strong. Holiness is for all who love me in every season of life. And some of my greatest saints were those who could no longer move freely, but still prayed with fierce devotion. Your prayers have power. Never underestimate them. When you see evil rising, do not despair. When you see goodness mocked, do not lose hope. The battle between light and darkness is as old as time, but the victory has already been won. You are living not for defeat, but for completion, the final revealing of all that is good, pure, and eternal. But until that day, remain faithful. Be watchful over your soul. Do not let pride whisper that you are beyond temptation. Stay humble. Stay close to me. The closer you stay, the less the world can shake you. Remember what I said to my disciples long ago. Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So I ask you, where is your treasure, my child? Is it in what fades or in what endures? Anchor your heart in what lasts: love, mercy, compassion, truth. Let these be your treasures, for they will follow you into eternity. And one more thing I must say, tenderly but clearly. Do not let fear of death darken your days. You do not belong to death, you belong to me. Death is not the end, it is the doorway to coming home. Do not let the world's fear of it seep into your heart. Live with joy and anticipation, for when your time comes, you will simply step from shadow into light, from faith into sight, from longing into fulfillment. Until then, keep walking with me. Keep your lamp lit, keep your soul clean, and keep your heart open to my whisper. For soon, sooner than you think, you will see how everything fit together. You will see why the roads were winding, why the nights were long, why the waiting was necessary. You will understand how every trial brought you closer to heaven. So heed this loving warning, my beloved. Do not let anything get in the way of this. Not the world's noise, not fear, not resentment, not pride. Protect your soul as the most sacred thing you have, for it is through your soul that you will one day see me face to face. And on that day there will be no more pain, no more tears, no more goodbyes. Only love, endless, radiant, and pure. My beloved child, stay close to me now as we bring this moment to its gentle end. Let these words settle deep into your heart, where they can live long after your ears have forgotten them. For everything I have spoken to you, every whisper, every reminder, every truth, has been said for one reason: because I love you, and I do not want anything to come between us. You see, love is the thread that ties everything together. It is the reason you were created, the reason you are still here, the reason eternity even exists. Without love, the world falls apart. Without love, the soul grows cold. And without love, no one can truly see me. But with love, even the smallest, simplest love, you can move mountains, heal wounds, and carry heaven in your heart. That is what I want you to understand before you rest tonight, that my love is not far, not hidden, not reserved for the perfect. It is here. It is within you. It has been the quiet companion of every day of your life. It was with you when you first learned to hope, and it will be with you when you take your final breath. It will carry you home. So many of my children still live as though they must earn this love. They strive, they perform, they compare, they chase after things that promise happiness but leave them empty. But you, my child, you have walked long enough to see that nothing in this world satisfies for long. The laughter fades, the possessions rust, the praise of people grows silent. But my love does not fade. It remains, it grows, it becomes the very air your soul breathes. So, do not live in fear, do not live in guilt, do not live in the shadow of the past. Live in love, the kind of love that forgives easily, that listens tenderly, that gives quietly, that trusts without needing to see the end. Because when you love, you are most like me. There will still be moments of doubt, I know. There will still be days when you wake and feel alone, when you wonder if your prayers matter anymore. But listen, my beloved, every prayer matters, even when it feels like silence answers you. That silence is filled with my presence. I am not ignoring you, I am holding you. Some of my greatest miracles begin in silence. Seeds grow in quiet soil. The sunrise comes after the darkest night. So do not despair when you cannot see the full picture. I am working in ways beyond your understanding. Every disappointment, every delay, every loss, they are not punishments, they are preparations. I am shaping your heart for eternity. I am teaching you how to see with heaven's eyes. And heaven, my child, is more real than this world. Every moment you have lived here, every act of love, every tear, every prayer, is leading you there. Heaven is not far. It is nearer than you think. It is the home your soul has always longed for, even when you could not put it into words. Every time you felt that quiet yearning for something pure, something endless, something safe, that was me calling you home. Do not fear that journey. When your time comes, it will not be a falling into darkness, it will be a rising into light. You will not be taken from love, you will be taken into love. The faces you miss, the voices that echo in your memory, they are not gone. They are waiting, whole and radiant, living in my joy. And when you see them again, there will be no more separation, no more pain, no more longing. Only reunion, only laughter, only peace. Until that day, I ask only this: keep your heart awake. Keep your love alive. Keep listening for my voice in the ordinary. I am there, in the morning sun that touches your face, in the gentle wind that passes through the trees, in the laughter of children, in the quiet strength of your faith. Every part of creation sings my name. You only need to be still to hear it. Do not be discouraged by what you see in the world. Do not let the darkness convince you that the light has gone out. The light still shines, in you and those who love, in every act of kindness that defies despair. My kingdom is not built with walls or weapons. It is built in hearts that love me and love one another. That is where heaven begins, inside you. You may not realize it, but even now you are carrying my light into the world. Every time you bless someone, every time you choose patience, every time you forgive, you become a vessel of my grace. Your life, no matter how ordinary it seems, is extraordinary in my eyes. You are a walking miracle, proof that love endures. And so I say to you, one final time from the depths of my heart, don't let anything get in the way of this. Not bitterness, not regret, not distraction, not fear. Guard this love, this peace, this closeness we share. Let nothing steal it away. If ever you feel far from me, do not run. Simply turn your heart and whisper, Lord, I'm here. And I will answer, I know, my child. I never left. That is my promise to you. I will never leave you or forsake you. When the world feels heavy, lean on me. When your heart feels weary, rest in me. When you don't know what to do next, listen. I will guide you. You do not need to see the whole path. You only need to take the next step with me. There will be days when you smile again for no reason. That will be my joy returning. There will be moments when peace surrounds you like a warm blanket. That will be my presence holding you. There will be times when you remember these words and feel tears in your eyes, not of sadness, but of recognition. That will be your soul remembering its home. My beloved, I am not finished with you yet. I still have songs for you to sing, prayers for you to pray, hearts for you to bless. You still have time, not time to rush, but time to love, time to forgive, time to prepare. Every new morning is another chance to draw closer to me. And one day, when you stand before me, you will see the full story. Every moment you thought was wasted, every season that felt empty, every tear that fell unnoticed. You will see how I used them all, how I turned even pain into beauty, even loss into gain. You will see that nothing was ever in vain. Until then, walk in peace, speak gently, forgive quickly, pray often. Keep your soul light, your heart open, your spirit humble, and never forget that you are loved, beyond reason, beyond measure, beyond time. And when this day ends and night comes softly, know that I am near. As you rest, let my peace cover you like a blanket. Let my presence be the gentle rhythm of your heart. You are safe, you are seen, and you are mine. Sleep tonight in the comfort of knowing that I hold you. Wake tomorrow with the joy of knowing that I walk beside you. And when you hear my voice again, whether in prayer, in scripture, or in the whisper of your heart, come and listen, because I have more to tell you, my beloved, more hope to give you, more light to share with you. So come back tomorrow. Sit with me again. Let me speak once more to your soul, for every day